Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Core Timepieces Fury GMT, and this is the Clockwork orange colorway. They also offer it in green and black. They have some different names, but basically green and black dial. I think the black is called Blacktop. But anyway, this is a GMT, automatic mechanical GMT watch that is using the Seiko NH34 movement. So there will be, I think, a number of watches coming out with that movement. It's a bit of a bigger watch, a larger watch, but it wears like a smaller watch due to the lightweight case and bracelet construction using titanium. It does have a domed sapphire crystal, which you can see here. You do get some distortion from it at the extreme angles, but for the most part it's very easy to read the time on. I know sometimes with domed crystals there's some distortion, a lot of distortion, but this is not too bad. And I really like this orange dial. The orange color is my favorite colorway. I got to pick which color I wanted to review here, so I went with orange, of course. I was a little bit worried that the orange on the bezel and the dial would clash, but they don't. The dial is a little bit of a brighter orange, and then the bezel here is a little bit more of a burnt orange. And this is a bidirectional bezel. The clicks, I think there's 8 clicks between these 10 here. Yeah, there's 8 clicks in there. I had a little bit of a hard time figuring it out. It's titanium, so it's not super definitive with the clicks here, but it really doesn't need to be. It's a GMT watch. It's not a dive watch, so just you set the time zone to whatever you want here. So you can track 3 time zones. You can see on the bezel, the chapter ring there does have 24-hour scale as well, so you can track 3 separate time zones here. This is a traveler's GMT. I'm sorry, it is a office GMT, not a traveler's GMT, meaning that you can't adjust the local time hour hand independently. You just adjust the GMT hand. So I'll demonstrate that here. So it's a screw down crown, first position out. We are in hand winding. Pull it out again, and we'll be in date set and GMT. So if I turn the crown counterclockwise, it moves the date. Hope you can see that there under the hour hand. Let's see. No, I'm not in the 10:10 position. 10 o'clock p.m. If you're between 10 o'clock p.m. and I think 3 o'clock a.m., you could be in the danger zone, but I'm not right now. And then if I rotate the crown clockwise, I'll move the GMT hand here. So it is moving a half hour at a time. So where were we at? Oh yeah, move the bezel. So move the flame back to the 12 o'clock position there. And then, let's see, move this one more time, I think. Yep, there we go. And then all the way out, you will then adjust your local time, but then the GMT hand will move with it. Screw the crown back down. So it does have a screw down crown, and it is rated to 300 meters of water resistance. Since we're zoomed in here, let's take a look at that dial. It's pretty cool looking with that flame. So it's a fun watch. And then you have the Core Timepieces logo here at the 9 o'clock position, and then a date over here at 3 o'clock. And that date wheel does glow. The date wheel is loomed with LumaBrite Lume, as well as the bezel insert, hands, and indices all has LumaBrite Lume, and that is an aluminum bezel insert as well. I've been wearing this watch. I guess I should have washed it before putting it on video here. So this case is brushed titanium, and that is on display here. No polishing other than the stainless steel case back. but everything else is brushed, and there's some sort of coating on the center links here. I would assume it's PVD coating. Been wearing this watch for at least a week now. Just have a milled and stamped clasp here. You have the safety fold over, and then the clasp dual pushers, and then 3 micro adjusts. So let's zoom back out here. That screw down crown is not signed. And again, it's watch is rated for 300 meters water resistance. And you can see it does have straight lugs here, so you could put another strap or bracelet on here that has straight lugs. Actually, speaking of straps, it does come with the Barton Elite Hybrid. No, Barton Elite silicone strap are included, and this does come with 2 straps on this side here for smaller or larger wrist. There's the package right there. And I will put it on this strap in a moment just to show you what it looks like, but I wore it exclusively on the bracelet. I prefer watches on a bracelet. So speaking of the bracelet, this does have quick release end links. See them right there. And those are solid end links, solid links. They do use push pins for sizing. So I'm assuming those are stainless steel push pins with a titanium bracelet. I know Grand Seiko uses the pin and collar system, and I think Zelos uses screw pins. So yeah, that's 3 different ways of securing your bracelet links. So anyway, this has friction pins. So let's go over the dimensions, and then I'll put it on wrist with this bracelet, and then I'll put on the strap here in a moment. So quick release pins there, very nice. I do really appreciate watches with drilled lugs, but the quick release pins makes up for that. Oh, let's read the back here. So what does it say? Die of nothing but a passion to live. Titanium case, GMT automatic. Come on, let's see. Sapphire crystal, resistant 30 ATM, which is 300 meters. All right, so there we write everything on the back. Let's get this on, actually dimensions first. I get ahead of myself. So 51 millimeter lug to lug. I have a 52 millimeter wristband, so the watch is a bit large for me. 42 millimeter diameter. Speaking of that, I'll compare it to my SKX. There it is over there. 15.2 millimeter thick, so yes, a bit thick as well, over my thickness preference. 22 millimeter lug width, and this bracelet does not taper, so it's 22 all the way down. It's quite a wide bracelet here. Yeah, it's a little bit of finish wear just from me wearing it for a week here. And you can see the safety clasp is signed there with the Core Timepieces logo. 6.9 millimeter crown, and size for my 6.5 inch wrist weighs in at 155 grams. I know my Submariner weighs 147 grams. It's a bit of a smaller watch, but just for point of reference, this titanium watch weighs about the same as a stainless steel dive watch, your typical stainless steel dive watch. Alright, here's my SKX, which is also a 42 millimeter watch, but the lug to lug is a bit shorter. 46 lug to lug, and the 42 is measured at the case, not at the bezel. The bezel is like around 41. Anyway, there's a quick look at it compared to the SKX. I do have an aftermarket crystal on this. I scratched a Hardlex years ago. Here's a look at the thickness. This one 15.2, and it's slab sided, and the SKX, I think it's about 13.5 with this crystal on it. So there we go. We'll compare the lume here in a moment. The website does say it uses Lumabrite, so I don't know if that's Seiko Lumabrite or another sort of Lumabrite. I don't know if Seiko sells their Lumabrite. Anyway, here we go. Again, 6.5-inch wrist, 52mm wristband, and then tip to tip on this one is 51. I think it's a fun watch. Not something I'd want to wear on a daily basis just because I have a smaller wrist, but if you have a larger wrist, I think it'd be fine for you. And it does have a actual bidirectional bezel, which is a nice touch for a GMT. All right, let's see if we can change this bracelet on camera. Quick release pins, a great invention. See if I can remember which way to put it on a... there we go. Get my Murph over there for reference, so I know this goes down here. Yeah, these straight lugs or square lugs are great for straps, and actually get a little ledge in here too, so that's awesome as well. It should be a nice seamless look on a strap. Maybe I should have worn this on a strap, but like I said, I prefer bracelets. So yeah, that looks really nice. I really like how it's straight across there. My Boulder Venture, pretty similar, so these look great on straps because of that. You don't get the unsightly gap. Actually, I'll show you that on my the Murph I just mentioned. So, you know, typical watch case, you have a rounded case here, and then when you put a strap on, there's a gap right there, which you can see. So 38mm watch versus this 42mm beast of a watch here. Let's put that back over there. I really like how that looks. Alright, let's get on wrist, and then we'll compare the loom. These Barton straps are nice. I prefer FKM rubber, but these straps feel nice, these silicone straps, and I like how they have the hole in there, and then that indexes on a nub in this keeper here. So yeah, this must be the shorter strap because it fits my wrist pretty well. I'm used to them overhanging a lot more. There we go. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and it really does help me out. So let me know if you like it better on this strap or the bracelet. I actually, you know, even though I'm a bracelet guy, I like it better on this strap. Even just wearing it for, what has it been, like 5 seconds now? So, the buckle doesn't match the case, but that's, you know, not really a big deal. All right, let's take a look at the loom here. We'll compare it to my SKX. All right, so on the left we have the Core Timepieces Fury GMT, and on the right we have my Seiko SKX 009. As far as the loom, you know, right now it's a little hard to say which one is brighter. I would give it to the SKX just a little bit, but the Fury here obviously has a lot more loom applied. You have the loomed bezel insert, you have that loomed date wheel, and then of course the indices and hands. The GMT hand tip is loomed, but the second hand is not. And of course the SKX on the right, you do have that loomed second hand tip, and then the loomed bezel pip. So that will conclude this video. As always, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching.